If you're pretty, you need to start a business, and no, it doesn't matter if you don't know what to sell. Jess Hunt went from being a content creator to owning a luxury beauty brand. The real BBX went from sharing her luxury lifestyle to owning a 7-figure fashion brand. A lot of women worry about the wrong things. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't have anything to offer. Why would anyone buy anything from me? When all you have to do is just clock in online. Leverage your pretty privilege and femininity just by showing up, just by being seen, because you're going to attract an audience and they will tell you what products or services you should sell. If they're always commenting on your hair, on your skin, on your style, or how you carry yourself, they are literally telling you their problem and that you have the solution for their problem. So you already have a community of people who are willing to pay you just for being you. Pretty privilege exists even in business. I'm going to show you how to turn your pretty face into a successful business that attracts and makes money. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about exactly how you're going to start your feminine business, because I am tired of pretty women leaving money on the table. When I first speak to my clients, or when I'm reading comments on my social media, I see women saying how they're tired of chasing and grinding. They want a softer life. They want to make more money while working less. And I'm always so confused, because I'm thinking, girl, you have the biggest unfair advantage to set you up for success. Society is built on a masculine structure which favors men of hustling and grinding, which is why as women it always feels like we're playing catch up or working twice as hard. And even when we get a seat at the table, we're still working to prove that we deserve it and to keep it. And women have been using their beauty to secure the bag since the beginning of time. Cleopatra famously used her beauty and presence to secure powerful alliances with Julius Caesar. Marilyn Monroe used her sex appeal to command salaries and attention in a male-dominated industry. Her beauty catapulted her to global stardom. And Elizabeth Taylor used her stunning looks to strategically secure high-paying roles. So pretty privilege is not a new phenomenon, but it's not just about having a pretty face. It's about positioning, being strategic, and being able to secure. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the science behind pretty privilege. Attractive people are assumed to be more competent, more trustworthy, more intelligent. This is called the halo effect, which was first described by psychologist Edward Thorndike in 1920. It's basically a cognitive trait where our overall impression of a person influences their other traits, like she must be smart, she must be successful. So in business, this means that beauty creates an automatic trust and competence aura even before skills are proven. So your looks are doing 80% of the work for you, which means you don't have to work as hard. Firstly, you want to curate your image, dress for success, and as the businesswoman you want to be known for. Whether it's formal, casual, edgy, feminine, or modest, either way, you need to invest in grooming, skin, makeup, and style, because your image is your silent PR. People should be able to see your business through your image. For example, I speak about feminine business. My style is very feminine and modest, which is very much on brand with my business. I wear a lot of maxi dresses, maxi skirts, flowy trousers. The next thing you want to do is maximize your beauty. Instead of hiding behind a website, a faceless account, or even creating an AI version of yourself, become the face of your brand. 92% of consumers say that they trust recommendations from individuals. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. That's just human psychology. So you need to be visible. You need to leverage your pretty privilege just by showing up, just by being seen, because that will attract an audience who like you. So by extension, they will like what you have to offer and sell, which is why even faceless brands use influencers, ambassadors, and celebrity endorsements to boost marketing and sales. The next thing you want to do is strategic positioning. I'm sure we all know a lot of beautiful women who are not successful or not making a lot of money, because beauty might get attention, it might get you in the room, but it won't necessarily seal the deal. So once you start being visible online and attracting attention, you need to give people a reason to buy into you. Lean into your strengths or things that you're naturally good at. Share your experiences, things that you have been through. Turn your mess into a message, your test into a testimony. That builds authority, and then you become known as a thought leader. The next thing you want to do is to create a solution. A lot of people are still confused about how they can be paid for being themselves, for existing. Well, you create the demand and then you supply. If you remember from the beginning of the video, I said from speaking to my clients in the beginning and reading my comments, I realized that they were not aware of their unfair advantage, which is what inspired this video. Instead of creating a product or service without knowing if people would be interested in buying it, you want to pay attention to your audience's comments, compliments, questions, or even themes that keep coming up from the conversations you have in the DMs. If they are always complimenting you on the same thing or asking you the same questions, they are literally telling you their problem and that you have the solution to their problem. And then, and only then, will you create your product or service, because now you know that there's a demand for it, people will buy it, and you will make money from selling it. And that is it. It's not rocket science, it's not complicated. But if you need additional help, I'll have a link in my description of how I can talk you through it. If you're pretty and you're not building something of your own, something that nobody can take away from you, you need to start a business, because you are leaving money on the table. See you in the next one. Mwah.